So hello everybody, good afternoon. This is Angemaler, and today we're gonna do a nice, peaceful walking tour of the Ishgardian housing district known as Empyreum. And so this is the culmination of, oh gosh, a year and a half to 2 years worth of crafting and gathering sort of server-wide, realm-wide construction and story. And so you've seen some of my other videos probably of me participating in that effort, either walking around looking at the progress or actually actively participating in the fates, crafting, etc. So this is the finished product. And so what we have here is the Ward 1 main, main subdivision of what will be the residential district, which should be dropping in 6.1. Is that correct, Cal?
Oh yeah, it's usually when it drops.
Okay.
This is the 0.1 patch.
Okay.
Unless something goes wrong, it should be 0.1.
It should be 0.1. We hope it's 0.1. So because of my active involvement and enthusiasm for this whole effort, doing a walking tour and taking a look at each of the plots individually, I think is going to be a really nice way to just sort of round out the whole experience. And then also a little selfishly planning for my own occupation of this district. I do plan to make Ishgard my home in some way. Either I'm going to buy a plot. I have one in particular that I know I already prefer. But barring that, I'm at least getting an apartment. So one or the other, one way or another, I will be living in this district. So we're going to do a nice little walking tour of every plot in the ward of Empyreum. And we'll do a nice examination of each one, talk about the pluses and minuses, the cost, and yeah, we'll see what we can get into here. So Kel's going to join me as soon as he's done doing some fates. But yeah, we'll start off. I'm basically right inside the front gates of Empyreum. So when you enter the residential district, this is where you start. So you have, looking off to the west, you have sort of like these high parapet walls. Off in the northwest, you see this giant cathedral, which is the apartments. So that's the apartment complex that you see there as the giant cathedral. Oh, I have a dragoon that's joined me. Due north, we see sort of like a chapel-looking building, and then these tall spires, sort of reaching all the way up to the top in the background. Sort of off to the northeast, we kind of have a parapeted wall that's kind of sloping down, and then sort of like a little bit of a skyline there, and then a little bit like due east here, it's mountains. A couple of tall sort of like turrets coming off of balconies, and that's it. It's mountains to the east. So what we'll do is, like I said, we're going to take a tour of the entire Imperium district. We're going to take our time. We're going to hang out. I'm going to try to keep an eye on chat just to answer any questions if anybody has any, or just to, chit-chat as we go. But if I do miss it, I apologize. I've got my chat window in a very teeny tiny portion of my second screen, so that I also have some other notes and images up. So do forgive me. So this first section that we're in right here is known as High Morn's Horizon. And that is this aetheryte right here. So we're in this central plaza, the entrance area, High Morn's Horizon. And we're going to start with number 1. So number 1 is to the east. And as far as part of the Ishgardian restoration goes, this was the first area to be completed as well. So in terms of construction, this was Area 1 that saw completion. So again, off to the east.
It's kind of sad that you can't go back and
see it?
the progression again.
That's why I recorded it. So that, you can look back and kind of remember that it was literally rubble.
Yup.
Absolute rubble. Yeah. So, this is plot number 1. It is a small, and it is one of the most expensive smalls in the district. So this plot is... It really does have a nice view, I'll be honest. You kind of have like the tall spires and sort of like that big background cathedral due north. And then you've got the other sort of cathedral type building northwest, and then off to the east, mountains and these tall spires. So you have a really nice tall view. You have a high view. You have no other neighbors. And you have not really any extra space, quote unquote, but you do have like this sort of long kind of promenade or walk off to these other areas here. I'm gonna run here so I can just go a little bit faster. We have a market board and summoning bell right off of plot 1, and then again this sort of promenade and this turreted little area, and of course, the balconies that look over into Oblivion, which is apparently standard for Final Fantasy. But out here, there's no extra houses out here. This is it. So, this tall little I don't know what I want to call it. This little turreted area, seeing off in the distance the mountains, and then this sort of like tall fortification here. This is all that's back here. So if you get plot 1, this is kind of all yours in some way. So I guess I understand why why plot 1 is as expensive as it is, because there's nothing else back here. This is it. This whole area.
The market board right there too.
Yeah, and the market board. The market board is huge, I'll be honest. A lot of times the pricing is very much determined by your access to market board and summoning bell. And so, again, this is right off of the High Morn's horizon. Ooh, darkness settling in. A little bit of clouds, but that's okay. Hopefully the view won't be obstructed too much. So again, plot 1 is a small, or cottage, and it is listed at 3.75 million gil. And as I said, plot 1 is one of the most expensive smalls in the entire district. For good reason. I understand. I really do. I understand. So yeah. Very pretty plot 1. Now if we take a look at our map, plot 2 is going to be down the stairs here and off to... Easiest way to access plot 2 is probably going to be from this set of stairs here, without leaping over the balconies like everybody does in this game.
Which is clearly the more fun version of getting there.
Yes, I agree, Kel. It is clearly the more fun way to get around. So here is plot 2. Plot 2 is a medium. And you'll notice by the footprint here that the house takes up basically the entire walled area from sort of like left to right. There's no space on the sides for yard. It's all of the yard you get is just in front. The rest of it's taking up by the walls of the house. So keep that in mind if you do decide to take this medium. You got no space on the sides. None. But, so plot 2, this is 19 million gil, and plot 2 is another one that really sits off by itself. There is nothing else over here. You have the balcony view to Oblivion here. There's nothing over here. You have this little gazebo right here. You have another little downstairs area and another one of these towers. You know, if you're like a puzzle jumper, you'll notice this one has the peg sticking out for puzzle jumping.
Oh dear God. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, it really does.
Oh yeah, it does. I've actually, during the construction, when sections like this finished with these sort of like tall, thin towers, people immediately noticed the pegs sticking out and started climbing them. So, yes, they are climbable. But if you look here at the map, this is plot 2, and this whole area, this whole structure, there's no plots over here. This is all just kind of extra promenade. There's nothing else over here. So this space right here, this hall here, or hall, yeah. This walking area, this little garden with the benches and things like that, there's no other houses around. The only other houses are up on this little, I want to call it a plateau, but this other little section up here. So, hey, there's a Kel.
Here I am.
Come to join me. You only missed one plot.
2.
Well, 2 technically, I guess. So yeah, plot 2, a medium 19 million gil. I'll admit, a very nice view and a lot of what I'll call extra space. That's not technically yours. It is sort of quote-unquote public space, but it's relatively secluded.
And you have the access to it too, because you can just go right over there when you teleport to your house. Or take these stairs right here.
Yeah. There's several ways to access it. I suppose, now here's the thing, right? If you decide to go for plot 2 and it ends up being one of those, you know, first person to reach the plot kind of situations, I don't know if your fastest aetheryte is this one down here below the stairs, or if your fastest aetheryte is from high, yes, Cal, I'll join your party. Or if the fastest is up at Highmorns. I almost want to say that this one here, which is called Empyreum Southeast, I almost want to say this might be the closer the closer Aethernet shard. What do you think, Cal?
It's hard to say, because you have to go up the stairs and then all the way around to the front of your house again.
Do you want to do a test? Can you start at Highmorns? And let's see who can reach that placard first.
On feet.
Because I think you're right. So unless I can jump this balcony here, I almost wonder if it's faster from Highmorns. Alright, so in terms of a test for running, do we just want to do straight running, no sprints? And we'll see who gets there first?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Can I jump this? I can jump this. Ooh, but I can't go into a designated construction area. Oh, this is totally faster.
Nah, yeah, not much faster, but yes.
Okay, so there you go, folks. If you do decide to go for plot 2, your Aethernet shard of choice is going to be Empyreum Southeast. That's the faster route. Jump the fence and go, go, go.
Yeah, because you can get in right from the back here.
Yes, it's weird though because the sort of red rectangular area is prohibited space. You can't. There's just enough wiggle room here that you can run along the side here, but otherwise it's totally jumpable. All right, so that's plot 2. Again, that's a medium plot at 19 million gil. All right, so our next plot.
All?
19 mil? Oh yeah, for a medium. Yep. Mediums usually run, I think, between 16 and maybe like 22 million. Generally speaking, for mediums. So smalls, the cottage sizes are usually 3 million to 3.75 million. Mediums 16 mil-ish to about 22 mil. And then larges usually run mid 40s to high 50s, maybe million, maybe low 50s. So that is the range. And Kel is already beating me to plot 3. But yeah, so we'll move on to plot 3, which is a small. And I should also note, I think about 75% of the plots are going to be smalls. So in terms of exclusivity, your mediums and larges are going to be the more difficult to come by, just by sheer
Ironically,
volume.
this small house has a bigger yard than that medium house.
It probably feels that way, because the small's probably
Oh, it
taking...
really does.
Yeah. I bet that square is about the same, but the medium just takes up the whole square.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. So yeah, this is plot 3. It is a small. It is 3 million. So this is considered the lowest grade plot for a small, essentially, at 3 million. I can see why. So with this medium plot off here in the distance, number 2, depending on the roof line, you may not see the mountains in the background. So the plot 2's roof line may obstruct your view of the mountains. And it's a little tight. You know, you've got a neighbor right here across the way. And I mean, in terms of private space, there's not a whole lot to offer. Sort of like off here to the west is, you know, the Pit of Doom, and you get kind of like a your eye line view is basically wall and windows. Yeah. So, plot 3 is yeah, I can see why it's as cheap as it is. Still, the fastest way to reach this plot is probably Highmorn's Horizon, because once you come down those stairs, you can just jump off the balcony and be there in 2
absolutely.
seconds flat. So if you do want to go for this plot, it's Highmorn Horizon is probably your best bet. So that is plot 3. Now your market board is up there. So
It's still pretty close.
It's still close-ish. It's not bad. But as far as you like public area that's around your plot, not too much to speak about. You've got this cute little outdoor fire here and little public benches and stuff, which is cute, but it's meh. By the way, it's meh. Cal, don't sit in the fire. You're gonna burn your feet. Okay. He's fine.
It's good to have warm feet.
It is good to have warm feet, especially in this area. So let's see here. And now we'll move on to plot number 4, which is right next door. And plot number 4 is also a small, and it is also a $3 million plot. Or excuse me, 3 million gil plot. So plot 3, 3 mil, or excuse me, plot 4 is 3 mil. Closest aetheryte, probably still Highmorns because of, you know, just being able to jump off of the balcony there. Because this Imperium Southeast is down the stairs. So in order to reach that aetheryte, you'd have to come upstairs. Where's that aetheryte? There it is. It's down by the fountain.
You have to go up a whole bunch of stairs too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely better to use the Imperium aetheryte. Or excuse me. The Highmorn aetheryte to reach plot 4. Absolutely. And same as plot 3, not too much to speak about. Honestly, even less than plot 3 had, because you're further away from the market board. You still don't, well, yeah, you probably still don't have much of a view because you might have a roof line obstructing your view. And you have neighbors on both sides of you.
And who wants neighbors?
I don't want neighbors, that's for sure.
Number 5 is, for some reason, not next to number 4. It is down below.
Oh, it is down below. Alright, well, let's take the stairs. Oh, geez. Let's see, what is the fastest way to get there? Oh, I see an Ein waiting out at plot 5.
Oh, yeah. Trying to hide behind the fence there.
I see you, Ein.
Pretending to be dead.
Oh no, Ein! Well, that's why this plot is so cheap.
He has dead bodies.
There's dead bodies. Poor Ein. Oh, rest in peace. Oh, look, they're fine. Alright, so plot 5 is another small, and this plot is 3.562 million. So 3,562,500 gil. So it's sort of a medium quality small, I guess, and I can see why. You have no view obstruction, so there's no houses in front of you. You have off to the east, you have that full mountain view, and then sort of like this whole sort of like fortification, this wall line, this castle wall line. So it is, and you have like these cute little market stalls right here, which in the future, I'm assuming these are going to be sort of like part of the housing vendors. I'm assuming. Are they there now,
Maybe.
actually? Can you buy from them? No, you
No,
can't.
there's nothing interactable
There's
here.
nothing interactive yet. That's my guess, right? That's just a guess. So plot 5, very nice cottage plot. Again, that is a 3,500,062. 3,562,500 gil plot. So you have a lot of...
Price
What's that?
on the placard?
I don't know if clicking on the placards will give you the price. The last time yeah, Empyreum is open for display only. So yeah, it won't actually tell you. This is why I screenshotted the cost ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
Because I figured I was going to run into this issue. So now, clearly for plot 5, your fastest Aethernet shard is going to be the Imperium South. So if you do decide, Southeast, excuse me, if you do decide to go for plot 5, which is a very nice plot, it's got a lot of plot. It's a very nice plot. And a very quick move off of an Aethernet shard and it can be yours. The one thing I will say, there's no market board nearby. Closest one looks like it's up the stairs there. So...
Which is still pretty close.
Still pretty close. It all depends, I guess, on what you want in a house, right? If you're role-playing a lot, you want the view more than you want the market board. So, and plus, there's a lot of this public space, you know, these promenades and stuff like that, that are, I'll call it public territory. You know, you have like that connection to that little park over here. You have this wonderful view. You've got another of your very own turrets with jumping puzzle that Kel is now attempting. And all of this...
Because I hate myself.
Because you hate yourself. And all of this is yours, kind of. You know, it is public area, but it's yours. Because there's really nothing else out here. So if you look at the map here, you know, here's 5 and 6 right here, and all of this public area is just view. So 5 and 6 are quite nice looking. Although what's interesting here, so 5 was 3,562,000. 6, its neighbor, which is right here, number 6, is also a small, is 3,375,000. Literally right next door, and you've dropped 200,000 in price. Now, my only guess here is because you're tucked up against the wall here in the back, but you still have the same view. So, 6 isn't terrible. I don't understand why 6 would be so much less, you know, by 200,000. Uh-oh. Is Ein up on the roof? Ein, are you up on the roof? Oh, yep. All the way up there.
How did...
We'll let Kel and Ein play with the jumping puzzles. So, yep, 5 and 6, but a difference of 200,000 between left and right. Weird. Alright, so now let's move on to number 7, which is going to be back up the stairs. all the way up the stairs. So we're back up here with 3 and 4, and now right next to it, number 7. Number 7
I
is...
fell down.
Uh-oh, what'd you do? You fall down?
Yeah.
Oh. Number 7 is our second medium plot. And again, the outline of the house takes up pretty much the entire, like, sort of width of the
Footprint.
plot. All you get is a front yard. That's it. This medium is 19 million. And I think I can see why. This is a very nice medium. All you have is view. You have views of mountains. You have sort of like the grand stage and promenade down below.
Oh, here it is.
But if you wanted a view of the skyline of the rest of the district, not so much, because you're going to be facing this way. So if you like the view of the mountains more than the view of the skyline, this is a good plot. So again, this is a $19 million medium plot. You know, you've got 5 and 6 down below, but they're not going to obstruct your view because you're pretty much 2 levels higher. And then with a simple walk over here, you get to the staircases, sort of like the grand staircase and the fountains, which I remember when these were constructed. Really fantastic. And coming down the stairs here, you'll get to your market board and summoning bell, and then you kind of get this grand stage area, and again, the view of the mountains off to the east. Ein's gonna dance. Maybe? Nope. There they go. So right now we're in the Ryzen Song Rookery. Your closest Aethernet shard may be here, which this one is called Empyreum East. And so if you were going to attempt to get this medium, Empyreum East, and then I think look it up the stairs over here. That might be your closest shard.
Up the stairs.
Up the stairs,
Oh, to
yep.
7.
Otherwise...
no, probably the Central Imperium.
Yeah,
right.
I was actually just going to say Central Imperium, maybe a little closer.
Especially because it looks like you can hop off the staircase.
Yeah, let's take a look and see. And I will, again, I will totally admit that along with obviously doing just a wonderful walking tour of the area just for the benefit of everybody and, you know, the enjoyment of just seeing the thing done. Whoop, there goes Kel. Nope, can't jump. Can jump.
Oh, yeah. We can hop down from here.
But also to plan out strategy. When it comes time to buy houses, plan out the strategy of, if I want this plot, what's my strategy? So I think Kel's right. Central Imperium Aethernet to get to plot number 7.
When Housing Savage comes out in 6.1.
Yes, Housing Savage. I have definitely had experience doing Housing Savage. I'm ready for it. Yeah, absolutely. This is faster. Get to that placard. So yeah, this is plot 7, 19 million gil, and it's basically, you want that mountain view? It's a pretty good plot. So far we've seen, out of the 7 that we've seen, 2 of them have been mediums and the rest have been smalls. Alright, so now let's take a look at our map here. And number 8 is going to have us going over to the other side, it looks like. So now let's teleport back to High Moor's Horizon. And then
because for whatever reason, the houses right across the way from here are not the next sequential numbers.
Yeah, you know what's interesting though is I want to say this area may have been the next to be completed. Like I remember finishing that area over there, and then I remember
yes,
finishing.
The houses in general are numbered in the order they were built in.
Yeah, I think that's the numbering. All right, so now
this area over here was the second place to be built.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it was. Okay, so yeah, actually the better way to get to this would have been either from the starting area, just go straight down that central walkway and then across the bridge. Or, which I think would have been slower, which is the way I went, west and then down this first flight. So, now that that's all done, plot 8. So plot 8 is another medium. And as you can see, it takes up the whole space. It is another 19 million gil plot. And I'll be honest, I don't like this plot. At all. So here's my issues with this plot. It is the same price as number 7, which had a wonderful view of the mountain range. This is tucked up against a wall, which means your house is going to block the view of that beautiful cathedral to the west. To the south, I guess if you wanted a view of like the sort of oh, I'm blanking on the Tudor style, you know, cottages and houses, and then that sort of grand entrance cathedral there. It's not bad for that kind of view, but then you have a neighbor, 2 neighbors actually, right here in these strangely arranged plots. You've got this sort of main walkway here, but you don't really, I don't know.
You have a nice view off the front of the house, but to the sides and the rear, it's not great.
No, it's really not. 8 is bleh. For a medium, I don't like it. Considering the fact that this is the same price as number 7, I don't like it. This is awful. You don't have a lot of your own public space here. So the only thing you really do have is you have a nice little fountain right there. And that's about all it's got going for it.
There's a great view of the bottomless abyss.
Oh, well, I guess it does have these market stalls, which depending on what they are going to put here. Oh, there are...
No, these are interactable, yeah.
There are NPCs here. Material supplier, junkmonger, and the resident caretaker. They're already here. Huh. So I guess if shopping is your thing, number 8 might be okay. As far as access to the plot, Empyreum Southwest, if you can jump down from that top balcony, might be the fastest Aethernet shard. I'm not a fan of this plot, though. Somebody else can have it. Alright, number 9 is this one that's sort of set closer to the main walkway. This is a small, and it is a $3 million or 3 million gil small cottage plot. And I can see why.
A much nicer view, though.
It's got the abyss view.
And then you've got the view all the way out this side to the mountains. I don't think there's going to be any roof lines viewing it either.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to think about, is like maybe one of the mediums?
Below it.
Yeah.
And then you have the gorgeous off to the north, too.
Yeah. With like that sort of like central hub right there. It's not bad. It's only 3 million. For a $3 million small, I think you're right. It's not bad.
No good market port access, but if that's not a problem for you, then whatever.
Yeah. It's okay. For the price, it's okay. Put it that way. And then number 10 is this last plot down here by the resident market. And access to it is here, which is awful. Like, this is so tight right here next to the stairs. Hey, don't throw snow. Gosh. Ah!
Gotcha.
So this is plot 10. And for whatever reason, plot 10 is more expensive than plot 9. Plot 10 is 3,187,500 gil. So this one is slightly more expensive than 9. I don't know why. Fastest Aethernet shard may be Halberd's Head, which is up the stairs here.
Hard to say.
Oh, yep, there it is. So absolutely, fastest Aethernet shard for actually 9 and 10 might be this one right here, which is Halberd's Head. So it is underneath. So if you're going for any one of these lower level plots, 9 and 10 for example, and perhaps even 14 and 15, that might be your Aethernet of choice.
Oh my god, I have found a fishing bait promised land.
Uh-oh.
This
Hell,
guy
we're
has,
not
like, all the
fishing.
baits.
Ein, pull him away from the shops.
I already have all that bait anyways. My chocobo saddlebags are full of it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, so plot 10, again, is a small cottage-sized plot, 3,187,500 gil. So this one is more expensive than plot 9, which is the one we were just looking at and thought had the better view. I don't understand.
Something else I realized too, as we're running around, I know you're planning to level Dancer on Avant for
Yes.
movement speed to try to get to the placard faster.
Yes.
But I've realized that a Scholar can actually have 40 seconds of sprint at level 90.
40 seconds of sprint at level 90?
Yes, because their level 90 ability gives them 20 seconds of sprint. And then you also have sprint. So that's probably better than the 20 seconds of sprint and the 3 charges on Avant.
I'll have to try it out.
And if you have party members, the level 90 ability also gives them the 20 seconds of sprint too. So.
Oh, so if we all go in together. Although the one thing that
See,
upsets
and now you're sprinting.
Desperate measures. Running.
Desperate Measures is the perfect name for Housing Savage too.
Yeah, really. And actually, I ran up the stairs when I should have taken the other set of stairs.
Yeah, we're still here.
Because number 11, for whatever reason, is all the way over here. And look how cute this is, though. Why is the...
Oh my god, I've never seen this little yard before. Is this a carbuncle? It is!
I don't understand. Look at this. Danglin's Devotion. Look at how
There's a little
cute.
carbuncle snowman over here.
This little snow paradise with these little igloos.
The little Lala igloo.
Little snowmen being built. And again, this is
no,
plot
okay.
11, and this is all just public space. This is all just cute little extra stuff. There's a couple of
I'm
little
so
benches.
disappointed I can't get my dwarf rabbit to go into the igloo.
Ooh, I can fit in this one. I'm gonna stay in here. You guys can't see me.
Oh, can you get in that one?
Yep.
Nice.
This is so cute. So if you want something a little playful, you may want plot 11. So plot 11 has this really cute little snow area. No throwing snow! Ah! So plot 11 is a small, and it is 3,187,500 gil. Now this one is a deal. I don't know why this one is so cheap.
Views. Great views. You got Market Board and Bell right up the stairs here.
Yep. So Market Board and Bell just up the stairs. Your view of the castle is going to be blocked a little bit from this wall and from your own roof line. But look at your view off this way. You've got this beautiful view of the entrance. You've got this cute little. You've got like the front row view to this adorable little, snowscape with like the Tudor housing right next to it. You have the lit up cathedral, the entrance right next to you, you've got this grand view of the promenade. This is a gorgeous small. Like, if you want sort of like more of like the, I don't know what I want to say. More of like the, not domestic, but the city view, right? Like, you know, like the civilized view for a small. You know, you've still got the mountains off to the east, which I don't think there's too much that would obscure the view here. This is a nice plot. I don't understand why this one is so cheap.
Housing number 1's roof might be a little bit in the way of that tower jutting off in the distance there, but other than that, no, it's got nothing
Yeah.
to really obscure anything from the west here.
Yeah.
To the east, you're going to have a whole bunch of other, or to the north, you're going to have a whole bunch of other houses over that way. So.
Right. Yeah, very true. Your view to the north is going to be nothing because you've got sort of like the wall in the way.
A little
I mean,
bit higher.
yeah.
So you can see some of the stuff probably, but no, it won't be nearly as good as what you're seeing here.
Yeah. You know what? What I should be doing though is, along with, you know, recording this tour, I should be making my own little notes, and I haven't been because I'm terrible.
Kind of librarian are you, not taking notes?
I know. What have I been doing? I haven't been doing my job. So let's see here. So our notes so far, number 1 really is a great view. Actually, I'll just do it some way later, I guess. And we'll do like a really quick sprint through for everything. But 11, great view for a small, 3,187,500 gil. Adorable. Woo! Number 12 is going to be up the stairs. Thank you, Kel. Great plot.
This looks like
This is our first large. This is a large. So, market board right here.
All of the money.
For all of the money. Number 12 is a large plot. Wow. And it literally takes up, again, the whole wall. This is 50 million gil. So you get a front yard, and that's it. I shouldn't say that's it. I shouldn't. But in terms of the actual plot itself, you get a front yard. Out of plot area, that's still considered sort of like public, you got this cute little sort of scrub brush garden with, you know, the pit to oblivion.
Definitely not OSHA compliant.
Yeah, definitely not. You have quick and immediate market board access. You have sort of like a high-rise view of a lot of the district. We're kind of in the we're like in almost the very southwest corner of the entire zone. And so you've got here's a problem, right? Number 11, the cottage, that view is going to obstruct your view of that cute little snow scene a little bit, depending on where you're standing, I suppose. You've got a good view of mountains and, you know, the Grand Cathedral area. Your Aethernet shard is right here, and this one is Imperium Southwest. So Imperium Southwest.
What? Suddenly, people.
Suddenly, people. So if you're going for this large plot, your fastest Aethernet shard is Imperium Southwest, and this is a $50 million plot. So this is plot 12. Quite expensive.
Our friends Sarant and Myra seem to have completely of their own accord shown up.
It's not a bad plot. I mean, you're going to be up against the big apartment cathedral here. It's okay. It's okay, I guess. Number 13 which is
It is one of
literally...
the very few larges available, however. So.
Yes, yeah, I think there's only like 3 or 4 larges. There's only 3. Yeah, there's only 3 larges. So if you want a large, this is one of your 3 options. And I know which one everybody's going for, so good luck. Alright, so this is number 13. This is a small. And this is 3,375,500 gil. So it's a... not the cheapest small. And I can see why. It's got a nice view. You are going to be like in the shadow of this large, though. But
yeah, but the large isn't really obstructing the view of anything.
No,
so.
it's not, because pretty much it's just wall behind it. You do get a good view of the apartments, which I gotta admit, I love the apartment look. Like, I love the way that looks. It's just so cool. And you have a decent view of the rest of the district. Everything else is kind of below you. You're sitting pretty high up here, so I don't think you're going to have a problem really seeing everything else. So number 13 is not a bad plot. As far as view and, you know, cost, it's not that expensive. And obviously your Aethernet shard of choice, if you're going for 13, is this Imperium Southwest. It's like...
Can't get any better than that.
Yeah, really, it's right there. Close-ish to Market Board, not terrible.
No, it's right over there.
I could honestly see this being a situation where if you've got your free company here, and maybe, you know, you've got your some free company members' private cottage right next to it, I could see that being a thing. Not too much personal space, or like, what do I say, like public space off of it, though. It's really just the view you're getting, and that's about it. So, and then that leads us right to the apartments. So...
Still disappointed you can't get up into that bell tower.
I know. We tried, though, didn't we?
I know.
I do like the apartments. I wish we could preview what the inside of the apartments look like, but the last time I tried, I couldn't, like, it wouldn't let you in.
You can go to the lobby, apparently.
You can. Yep, you can go to the lobby, but it won't let you... I just like the way it looks in here. Oh, it looks so cool. But, like, if you try to enter the apartments, like, there's nothing... It won't let you go in. But I do like the apartment look. A lot of stone. Gotta like the stone.
Does the entrance not work?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
And of course there is Market Board and Summoning Bell. The Aethernet shard for the apartments is called Ingleside. And the apartment complex itself just has a lot of neat little things to it. Alright. So we've done 11, 12, 13. Now we're on to 14, which is going to be down in the lower levels again. So let's head back down the stairs. Alright. This should be 14. Yep. So this is 14. Again, it's one of the plots on the lower level here. It is a small, and it is 3,187,500 gil. Location right next to the market stalls. Your closest Aethernet shard is that one that's in the tunnel area there, the Halberd's Head. I don't like it.
Don't look in the fountain over there, though. There's nothing to see.
Is Ein going potty in the fountain?
It looks like he drowned, actually.
Oh no! Oh, rest in peace, Ein. A life cut short. So, I don't like any of these plots over here.
Really?
No. They're surrounded by stone and walls.
Yeah, they
And
got a good view out to the west there, but
yeah, but obstructed by all of this iron.
yeah, fair point.
I don't like these plots over here. So, yep, that is plot 14. Not too much to say because there's just not much here. You have this fountain as sort of like a public feature and a little fireplace, a gathering fireplace over here, and the market stalls. Closest market.
15's about the same.
Yeah, 15's about the same, I'll be honest. Yeah. So let's see here. 15 is actually even cheaper than 14. 15 is a bottom of the barrel 3 million gil plot. And I can see why. Like, unless you like stone and deep depths, you're like literally tucked into this corner here with no view to speak of, aside from straight south. And otherwise, you're up against a wall. It's awful. 15 is awful. So I can see why it's 3 mil. I can totally see why. So yeah, between 14 and 15, that's the two things they have going for them, is that cute little fire pit, the fountain, oh well, 3, and then they've got the market stalls. Now 16, I can't tell if it's up the stairs or if it's over on the side here. I think there's a staircase over here, I think.
Is there?
I think so.
Oh yeah. Tucked in this little alleyway there.
Yep. Perfect place to get stabbed. Because you're like in the slums. Okay. 16. So you're a level up from 14 and 15, which at least is an improvement. 16 is a small plot, and it is a
You are a level up from 15, but I bet the roof line there is going to obstruct something.
Oh yeah.
It is right there in front of you.
It's a 3 million plot, 3 million gil plot, just like 15. So, but honestly, this is at least a little better in terms of view, because you don't have as much of that grand ramp blocking your view as much. You have a little bit of view of like that backdrop of this other cathedral here and the big grand sort of like castle and wall in the back. But otherwise, yeah, you have like no access to anything. You're kind of here by yourself though. Like there's nothing else on this level. It's just you. You have one staircase to get to your plot, and it's from above rather than below. Or no, excuse me, there's two. There's one from below and one from above. Your closest aetherite is probably Empyreum Northwest, which is just up the stairs here. But yeah, $3 million small. With like nothing going for it. So yeah, there's the Aethernet shard. Let's see
I can see
here.
why they were talking. The 22 large is so nice.
Let's see here. Okay, so 17, we're gonna go back to the south a little bit. It should be on this level.
Another medium by the looks of things.
Let's see here. 17. Yes, you are correct, Cal. This is a medium, and it's it's less expensive than the other mediums we looked at. So the other 3 mediums that we've seen so far were all 19 million gil. This one is 18 million, so it's a whole million cheaper.
Yeah, but who's counting?
Who's at that point? Who's counting? You're absolutely right. Or if you have just endless pockets. So yes, this is plot 17. It's a medium plot, and it is 18 mil. So it's right next to the apartments. Fastest aetherite may be the Ingleside. Because you would just
for the apartments, yeah.
Yeah, warp there and pop right down, maybe.
The one in the tunnel looks like it's closed, but it's probably not in the long run.
Right, because you've got to basically come around the tunnel and up the stairs.
Right. Yeah,
So,
probably over the apartment complex.
Yeah, either the apartment complex or maybe even Imperium Northwest, because the thing with the apartment complex is you've got to get around the plot here, whereas with Northwest you just teleport and then it's a straight sprint.
You don't really have to get around the plot.
Can you
because
jump?
you can
Can you jump
hop
the
over
wall?
the fence.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
you can jump the
and
wall.
run through.
Not too bad. All right, so this is plot 17. Again, it is a medium at 18 mil. All right, and then number 18, which I think might be up here.
It's right up the stairs by the looks of things.
Yep. So believe it or not, this is a medium also. And this one is cheaper than 17. So whereas 17 was 18 mil, 18 is 17 mil. I don't understand how this one is cheaper. The market board is right there. So in terms of
And have a
view,
pretty nice view too. Oop,
it's not. Whoa, Kel. In terms of
I'm
view,
fine.
it's not. Well, I guess okay. So you've got two small plots down here, which are numbers 20 and 19, which we'll get to next, that are going to potentially block your view of like sort of the north, which is your Tudor house line, the cathedral, and then sort of like the grand spires back.
Which is the upper class area of Ishgard.
Okay. I mean, as far as mediums go, it's not terrible. It's tucked up against the apartment complex. Your closest
No, I don't
aetheryte.
know where that does go.
Closest aetheryte might be Imperium Northwest. What do you think, Kel? I mean, it's down a level.
Yeah, but you can probably just hop the stairs. You know, it's like you can almost just jump right down from the aetheryte and wind up right in front of the summoning bell and market. And from there, you're just right next to the house too.
But for them to get to this medium, what do you think is the fastest? You'd have to go up. These might be challenging to get to. Because I think either your closest aetheryte is down a level, or you go to the apartments and sprint over from there. From Ingleside. For 18.
But considering the change to the housing system with the lottery system, it might not be too important what aetheryte you're going to.
So here's my concern: is that I've heard mixed things. So on one hand, what I've heard is that some of the housing districts will use a lottery system, whereas others will be that traditional smash and grab job.
Oh, okay.
So if it's the latter, you know, you still have to be prepared for to throw some
Alright, all
elbows.
the prices are listed when you go to the first word, all the prices are listed there.
Yes. Alright, so then 19 and 20 are right next to each other, and these are both smalls. Number 19 here is, again, it's a small. It is 3,562,500 gil, so it's middle of the road, or a little bit more towards the high end as far as price. It has a really nice view, I think, because you've got kind of the cathedral off to the north. Off to the east, you have that grand promenade, I guess more southeast look. You have that grand promenade ramp thing, and then the mountains. You have a pretty much unobstructed view, perhaps, depending on... Oh, what plot is that? Depending on 16, how high 16 goes, but otherwise you've got a decent view from the balcony over here. You don't have really a whole lot of public area around it.
Yeah, I bet 16's roof line doesn't come up much higher than the balcony here either, so...
Yeah, I don't think it would either. It's not bad. For a small plot, again, this is number 19 at 3,562,500. It's not terrible. And number 20 is sitting here right next to it. So if you and a best bud want to get houses right next to each other and then try to glitch a bridge across them. That would be kind of sweet. I think it could be done.
I wouldn't be surprised if it can, honestly.
Somebody's gonna do it, right? So number 20.
Fortunately, 20 is everything 19 is, with 19 blocking a bunch of 20's view.
Yes, exactly, which is why it's cheaper. So number 20 is 3,375,000. So this is $200,000 or gil cheaper than 19. So it's cheaper. It's tucked up against a wall. There's nothing here. Everything's blocked. Honestly, it could have probably even been a little cheaper considering. But what do I know? I'm not a housing expert or anything. I consider myself an enthusiast. Alright, so that was 19 and 20. And 21 is up the hill here. Or up the hill, jeez. Up the stairs. And this is plot 21. This is a medium. And as far as I can tell, this is the most expensive medium in the district. This is 20 million gil. So, whereas the other, the first three mediums we looked at were 19 million each. And then the other two mediums that we looked at were 17 and 18 mil each. This one is 20. I guess I can see why. You know, on one side you've got the pit of nothing. My guess is that 19 and 20 may obstruct your view a little bit if you were trying to just sort of like look off to the south.
Yeah, definitely a little bit, probably.
Off to the east, you know, you've got the sort of direct view of this sort of like castle cathedral thing. A little bit of the rooftops. You're gonna see these three houses are basically going to obstruct your view of the mountains unless you're looking off sort of more southeast than due east. And I don't see a market board anywhere near this. Where's the nearest market board? All the way over there.
The nearest market board is next to, yeah, number 18.
Jeez.
So it'll probably be up these stairs here, down the other stairs, and yeah, I think you're right there then.
Yeah. So this plot is, again, this is 21. It's a medium. It's tucked away. So if you want to just be up on a little balcony all by yourself, yeah, I guess. It's 20 million. The most expensive medium plot in the district is right there.
But if you want to be up on a little balcony all by yourself...
Yeah, really, this is the one you want. Oh, jeez. Now, is this 22? It is 22. Oh, boy. This is one of the larges. So, again, there's only 3 larges in the district. This is one of them.
This is the king of the hill right here.
This is 47,500,000 gil. So this is actually the cheapest large in the district. You save a whole 3 mil. Basically the price of
a small with that.
Yeah, you can buy a small with your savings. So this is a large plot. This is plot 22. And it is 47,500,000. I can see... I mean, it's still decent. It's way up high. You're gonna have, I think that's a medium. That's one of the mediums right there, right? Yeah, that's 18. Yeah. So that medium may obstruct your view to the south a little bit, like the roof line. But, I mean, you're up high. You're gonna have a nice view of the mountains and the rest of the district off to the east. You're gonna not get much of this view here off to the northeast because of the fact that that medium plot is right there up against, plot 21 is right there up against the northeast, or excuse me, northwest side of the district. But otherwise, you've got walls on either side. So I can see why this one is a less desirable large, other than the fact that, again, you're kind of you're perched way up high here, and there's nothing else up here. You're way far away, well, not way far away, you're down a set of stairs to a market board. Market board's right down the stairs there. Closest Aethernet shard? Imperium Northwest?
It's yeah, probably northwest.
Which is
You
all
have
the
to go
way
up a
down
bunch of
there.
stairs, but
It's 2 levels down. So in terms of accessing this plot, if you wanted to call it your own, like in the big
yeah, it's definitely the closest.
in terms of the big smash grab, that's a hike. Get right up those stairs, turn the corner, placard. Okay, so yeah, plot 22 is a large, and again it is 47,500,000 gil. Cheapest large. A steal! I cannot afford it with the gil that I currently have in my possession. All of it. Like, if I was to dump all of it in, I would not be able to afford this plot. Don't even! No! 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 I don't want it. I wouldn't want it anyway. Okay. So, that is number
Regrettably,
22.
I'm going to have to leave you here, though.
You're gonna have to leave me?
Yeah, I have something I need to do for the rest of the night. So
Alright.
I know.
Well, I will bravely finish off these last 7 houses without you.
23, for some reason, is on the opposite side of the entire housing district.
Yeah, I see. Ugh. Alright, so let's get out to Central Imperium Aethernet Shard, and we'll go from there, I guess.
Alright, have a good night.
Have a good night. Thanks for coming with me. So plot number 23 is in the northeast area. Probably fastest Aethernet is going to be from the Central Imperium. And let's see. So number 23 should be this one right here. Yes. Alright. So 23 is a small. It's butted up against another house that's right behind it. And then there's another one kind of off to the north. Number 23 is a 3,375,000 gil plot. So it's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive either. And I can see why. It's got... Oh man, that really is right up against it too. Again, that would be another one of those situations where you and a friend, you know, well, I guess you can't really because the house is right there, but I was going to say build a bridge and, you know, get into each other's lawns that way. It's got a little bit of a private sort of scrub brush little garden area. It overlooks, like it's pretty high up, so you've got a pretty good view of the mountain range to the east. You've even got... no, you're not going to have much of a view over here because this house is here and this house is here. So your view to the north is going to be nothing because it's going to be blocked by other houses. But you do have sort of like this view of, you're going to have rooftop down here from this medium. That should be a medium, I believe. Yeah, from a medium. And then, you know, you've got like the grand stage and the sort of central staircase and waterfall right off to the side here. So it's not a terrible view. You've got your market board down there, and again, you're right off of that sort of central promenade. So, So again, yeah, that is plot 23, 3,375,000 gil. Did I say that? 3,375,000 gil. There we go. I can speak. Directly next to it, number 24 is this one right here. Number 24 is also a small and is also the same price as the other one. This one is 3,375,000 gil. So again, it's the twin of this one, of the previous one, 23. So another small. The real benefit here is you do have sort of the closer view of the mountains and everything. But your house is kind of blocking part of it. The other cool thing is you're right next to the bathhouse, so you're on the same level as the bathhouse here. it's not bad. You've got a cute little fireplace, but you don't really have a whole lot of other things going for it, other than the fact that you've got the public space of the bathhouse right next to it, which I'll get to in just a second. So that's 23 and 24. They're both 3,375,000 gil. Fastest Aethernet shard is probably going to be off of the central Imperium. Oh, and there's a marker board up there as well. And then 25 is also right down here in this little area. So again, there's 3 plots that are kind of in this little subsection. So if you've got 3 friends, and you can all grab these plots right together, it'd be pretty cute. And again, you're right next to the bathhouse right there, which is really the big feature of the whole district. So 25 is also a small, and it is also 3,375,000 gil. So it's also the same price as its other 2 friends that are right here in the same district. All the same price. The view, you've got sort of like the grand ramp here up to the side, but otherwise you're tucked away into a wall here. You're not going to get much of a view of the mountains because these 2 plots are going to be in your way. But you are closer to the bathhouse. I don't know if that improves the plot at all, though. So they're not bad as far as smalls that are in the district. So again, that was 23, 24, and 25. They're all smalls, and they're all 3,375,000 in this sort of northwest area. Actually, closest shard is this one right here. Now that I'm looking, Empyreum northeast is going to probably get you faster for maybe 24 and 25. Central may still be faster for 23 though. I'm not sure. We'll have to. If I had Kel here with me to sort of run it together, we could have tested it, but that's what it seems to be. Alright, so then 26 is going to be down the stairs. So let's head down. So 26 has these sort of like market stalls, which appear to only be NPCs, sort of like decoration rather than actual functioning market stalls for the housing district. So 26 is right here. 26 is a medium. So this is a 19 million gil plot. So this is sort of one of the more expensive, but not the most expensive mediums. And I can see why. It has a beautiful view off to the south and the east, because it has no other houses obstructing its view. It has, these sort of tall towers. It's got long castle walls, the beautiful stage, the stage area here, the central stage and central stairs. All of this is sort of public land or public area. There's no other plots out here. So if you look here, here's 26, and all of this out here, this rookery, all of this right here, this is all, there's nothing to obstruct your view. There's nothing that's going to be here. So this is actually a very beautiful medium plot in my opinion. I would pick this over the 20 million gil plot 21 that was up in the northwest side, to be quite honest. But that's, I guess, based on my own personal preferences and what's desirable to me. I want a view, and I don't want other people around me, which would, usually obstruct my view. The one thing is you are kind of low, so your view is minimal off to the west. So if you wanted a view of the rest of the district, you're not going to get it with this plot. You're kind of stuck up against the wall here. So you're going to miss that view of the Grand Cathedral there where the apartments are. And your house is going to block the view of the bathhouse up here to the northwest. But if what you want is mountains and a bunch of public space with nothing in your way, this is a pretty good spot. This is plot 26, and it is 19 million gil. Your closest Aethernet shard is going to be Imperium East. It's not bad. I like it a lot, to be quite honest. I'll do probably a quick sprint through of all of the plots once we sort of do a deep dive into each of the plots here, and this might be my medium of choice. I'll be honest. So then we're going to head over to plot 27, which should be up the stairs here. Alright, this is plot 27. It is another small, and this is a the lowest category small. It is 3 million gil. And I don't know. For 3 million, you're getting a lot. So the bathhouse is right there. Now granted, you know, you still have to go up the stairs to get to it. You have an unobstructed view of the east. So the mountain line and, you know, this whole rookery area, you've at least straight on due east, you have a decent view. South, it's obstructed. You know, you've got your medium plot here is going to block the best of the view off to the south. And then, you know, obviously because you're still low enough on this part of the wall that your view is obstructed for sure. So, I get it. So, that's plot 27. It is a small 3 million. And again, closest aetherite shard is probably Empyreum northeast for this one, quite honestly, because it's right there. So basically you would take the northeast shard and then sprint down the stairs to get to it. I'd say that's the best way to get to it. Alright, so that was 27, and now we're going to go to the last three houses of the district, 28, 29, and 30. So we've got Market Board and Bell right there. And we'll start with, we've been going chronological here, this is plot 28. So plot 28 is a small. It is 3,187,500 gil. And I'll be honest, I don't understand why it's so cheap. I don't understand. So, I'll be honest, this is my ideal plot. So when the whole district was finished and all of the houses were in place when we were, you know, in the firmament, and we could run around and see everything and say, oh, look at this plot, with the houses on it, mind you. This is the plot that I had selected for myself. I really don't understand why it's so inexpensive. You have this wonderful view, like sort of like a high view to the south of, you know, the skyline of the entire district. Off to the east, you've got a decent view of the mountains and of the walls. And you're right here along the Grand Promenade to have a view of the cathedral. I don't understand why it's so inexpensive. I like this plot. This like I said, this was my choice plot when we originally reviewed sort of and walked around the district. This was the one I picked out for myself. And again, this is plot 28, and it is 3,187,000 gil. Again, you've got an unobstructed view of, you know, the apartments and cathedral. Well, you've got this house right here, but otherwise, you know, you've got like a very high view of everything. And the bathhouse is right there. I don't get it. Whatever. Number 29 is its... Oops, excuse me. It's over here. Number 29 is its sister plot. This is also a small, and it is also 3,187,500 gil. So it's the same price as 28. I understand why this one would be cheaper because of the fact that you don't get the view, because this is going to block your view and you're tucked right up against this impressive large right here. So all you've got really is this sort of corner view of the cathedral the apartments, and that's it. That's it. I mean, you are right on the promenade here, so you're butted up right up against the cathedral here, and that's it. So 29 and 28, I really don't understand why they're the same price, but who am I, right? I'm just an enthusiast. I don't make the rules. So our final plot is probably the most desirable plot in the entire district, in my opinion. I've heard so many people talk about this plot. This is it. If you get this plot, you're probably going to be the envy of all the land. This is a large. This is plot 30, and it is 50 million gil. So this one is one of the 3 larges, and it totally earns its price tag. It has a gorgeous view looking out over sort of like directly to the south. You've got the cathedral, the mountains. Off to the east, you've got more mountains. You've got the bathhouse directly below you. It's a beautiful large plot. As far as public space, again, you've got this, little scrub brush area right here. You've got some close neighbors, so it's not very secluded. But if what you're after is more social, you've got this sort of like balcony view, so you can, spy on all of the bathers if you want to. It's a gorgeous plot. So, plot 30, the final plot that we're going to look at today, is a large at 50 million. And market board is right there. Your closest aetheryte is the Empyreum Northeast. So if it's a smash grab job, basically northeast and then sprint up the stairs. And that goes for 28 and 29 as well. And the bathhouse is right through here. It's no steep springs. You've got the hot springs. It's a beautiful place for role play and just wonderful scenery. You've got the bartender over here making drinks. You've got massage tables over here. And of course, you have... Go all the way around. I'm just going swimming. And this is all public space. You have this little spa over here. You've got a little steam room. Some smaller pools over here. Fantastic public space. And so if what you're after is access to the springs, your ideal plots are going to be 28, 29, 30, or 23, 24, 25, maybe 26 and 27 are still close enough, but anything in this sort of northeast wing right here are going to be closest to the bathhouses. So if this is what you're after, those are the plots you're going to want. Alright, so now with that, we have gone through one by one every single house plot in the district, 1 through 30. So again, there are 3 larges. 2 of them are at 50 million gil. Those are number 12 and number 30. And then there is one more large, which is plot 22. Let me bring up my map here, so we can actually see these and talk at the same time. So, our large plots are number 22, up here in the northwest corner. That is the cheaper of the larges, and that one is at 47,500,000 gil. So again, that is our least expensive large of the 3. Then our other 2 larges are number 12, which is over here in the southwest corner. Another really cute plot right next to a market board. In this sort of little tucked away area. It had a decent view. It wasn't bad. That is 50 million. And then the other large is number 30, which is up here in the northeast corner, right next to Snow Steep Springs. It's probably, like I said, the most desirable plot in the entire district. So if you want this plot, you are going to have to fight tooth and nail for it, and it is 50 million gil. Sorry, folks. Alright, so now in terms of mediums, the medium plots are, I believe there's about 6 of them. So there's number 2, which is at 19 million gil, and that's over here in the southeast corner. Really nice view. Unobstructed view of the mountains off to the east. Really nice plot. And then numbers 7 and 8, which are over... 7 is over here, I think. Yes, 7 is over here, kind of in the middle. I guess it's still in the southeast corner. So number 7 is 19 million. So it's the same price as number 2, although honestly, I think number 2 has the better views, I guess, but it's still 19 million, still the same price. Our other medium plot is number 8. It's also 19 million. I'm not a fan of it. I didn't really care for it at all, because it's down a floor from 12, so you're kind of at sort of like ground level view. I'm not a fan of it. It's 19 million gil. It's the same price as number 2 and number 7. So that's 3 mediums. Our 4th medium is number 17, which is these two. It's these 17 and 18. These two over here in the northwest corner. 17 and 18 are both less expensive than the other 3 mediums we reviewed. So number 17, this one right here, is 18 million gil, and number 18 is 17 million gil. 18 has a terrible view. It is tucked in a corner and there's nothing to see there, which is why it is the least expensive medium in the entire district. I totally get it. There's nothing there. 17 has at least a few things going for it. It does have a better view, but it's still not that great. And it shows. It's still a million less than the other 3 plots that are mediums that we've looked at. And then the most expensive medium is number 21, which is up here in the northwest, and it is 20 million gil. So our 6th medium plot, 20 million gil. Yikes. I still don't see why it's the most expensive, like other than the fact that it is high up and it is tucked away all by itself. The views are terrible in comparison, unless what you're looking for is a view of the district. Then I get it. Okay. 20 million gil, most expensive medium in the district, if I'm not mistaken. So that was the 6th medium. And then our final medium, so there's 7 mediums total. Our final medium is number 26, which is over here in the northeast corner. Well, not corner, but northeast side, I guess, of the district. Number 26 is another 19 million gil plot. So again, this one is as expensive as number 2 and number... what was it? Number 7 and number 8. 26 is, I think, one of the best views. Between 2 and 26, I think those are the best mediums in the entire district. I'll be honest, I don't really like anything on the west side. It's all on the east. I'm an East Coast girl, apparently. Whatever. So 26, I think, had a beautiful placement. It is close to the desirable Snow Steep Springs. It's close to Market Board, close to Aetheryte Shard, and unobstructed view of the mountains to the east. I think between 2 and 26, those would be winning plots for me, personally. Okay, so those are our mediums. There's 7 mediums, and that's all of them. And then for our smalls, that makes up the rest. Our smalls, the most expensive small is number 1 over here in the south-southeast. It's right next to the market board and summoning bell. It has a whole lot of sort of private space, well, not private, public space, but it's really yours because there's nothing else here. The other thing that has going for it is a really great view unobstructed view, off to the east. And a decent view, honestly, of to the north. You get kind of the full view there too. So I guess I understand why this is the only small plot listed in the entire district with a price tag of 3,750,000 gil. It's the most expensive small. I get it. It's still not my favorite, but I get it. Other plots that I think deserve note and recognition. Number 5 and number 6 both have wonderful views off to the east of the mountains. Number 28, I think, has wonderful views and close access to the springs. Same, I think, with I think 25. These three right here were all kind of right next to each other, so they were all kind of their own little space together. And they were decent. And they have direct, sort of like same level access to the spring. But I didn't care for them as much as I care for 28, which is, again, only 3,187,500 gil. It is one of the cheaper ones, and it is by far one of my most preferred plots. It's interesting that it works out that way, I guess. Again, nothing over here on the west side really I found much to attract. These ones that are on the lower side have obstructed views to the east and totally obstructed views to the west because of the high walls that obstruct the view. There's nothing that saves these plots other than number 11. Number 11 is absolutely adorable. It is tucked away by itself. It has this cute little snowscape area all to itself. Market board and summoning bell right there, and it too is only 3,187,500 gil. I find this plot to be adorable. Not my first choice, but I also thought it had a lot going for it. So I don't understand the pricing scheme, I guess. Some of it I do, some of it I don't. I don't understand why this is the only plot to receive a highest rating or price tag as far as the smalls go. And I don't understand why this plot here, this desirable plot right next to the springs, is just as expensive as this large plot over here in the southwest corner. I don't get it. But again, I'm not in charge of housing, so I guess that's what my problem is. Right? That's my problem. So, as far as the Imperium goes, that's it. So we have 7 mediums, we have 3 larges, and then the other 20 plots are all smalls. Quite a few of them I think just have horrid views because they're blocked by walls. The ones that are really nice are really nice though. They have wonderful views, and again, access to the snow steep springs I think is just the best. So that is the tour. So again, as far as if it were me going for plots right now, if I wanted a large, bet your bottom dollar I'm going for that plot 30. It has everything. Look at this view. So standing in your yard of plot 30, mountain range, beautiful bathers, the district skyline, the cathedral. It's stunning. This would be my plot. Or my FC's plot. And then I would have my friends, my fellow FC mates, grabbing those plots 28 and 29 right next to the FC. Fantastic. If I were going for a medium, I would be going for plot 26. And again, that is down the hill here. So this is plot 26, 19 million gil. Look at that view. Lovely. So plot 26, 19 million. The other plot that I would go for that was a medium would be number 2, and that's Imperium Southeast closest. Let me pop over there. And it is up the hill here, or up the stairs. So this is plot 2, 19 million. And this is the view from plot 2. Look at that. Now I will say, yeah, there's a plot right here, which means this is going to be obstructed. But if you want mountains, you got mountains. And then for smalls, I get it. Desirable plot number 1 at 373,000,000. Oh my gosh, 3,750,000 is this one right here. Lots of stuff that's just all to yourself. I get it. I do. I really do. I totally get it. So number 1. I also like number 11. This one right here. Tucked next to this adorable snowscape and views of very unobstructed views. I'll add. You know, all you've got is plot 1 right there of the east, the sort of cathedral here, and then pretty much the whole district. And you're high enough where I think the roof lines might be a little bit in your way here, but not bad. And number 11 is only 3,187,000. The other desirable large plot is this one here. This is number 12, and it is 50 million gil. Fast access to the market board, right there. You've got a little bit of the scene here, and the fairly unobstructed eastern views, but still not as good as plot 30 as far as larges go, in my opinion. So then, really on the west side, that's all that I think this district has going for it. Supposedly, the most expensive and desirable medium is plot 21. I don't understand why, but we'll go there anyway, just to see it. So this is plot 21. This is the most expensive medium at 20 million gil. I guess I understand a little bit. You know, southern views, you've got it made. Southeast. East is probably going to be blocked by this large right here. But otherwise, it's not terrible. I get it, but I think I would rather have, I would rather have 26. Honestly. And then we're going to head down the stairs here for my other favorite small plot. Which is number 28. Right here, right up against the balcony, straight on views to the south and east. I like it, and this is 3,187,500 gil. And that will do it as far as my own highlights. So my takeaways for the most valuable plots in the district, or what I think would be considered the most desirable plots in the district. Again, for the larges, it's totally number 30. For the mediums, I think it's going to be number 26. Number 2, not so much. I think 26 still has it beat. 21, I get it. It's got the views. So 21, 26, I think are the best for mediums. 2, I'll even throw in there. And then as far as your small desirable plots, I like number 1 at 3,750,000, 11 at 3,187,500, 28 3,127, and I think that'll do it. I think those are the better ones, but again, that's just my own opinion of what I think are actually the best plots in the area. So. And I think that'll do it. So I'm going to end it here for now. I hope you all enjoyed watching, House Hunters with Simbelmina Eladan. And hopefully you've taken your own notes of what you consider to be the most desirable plots in all of Empyreum. And again, Empyreum is the name of the Ishgardian housing district. So whereas, it was called the Firmament when it was under construction, and now that it's completed, the residential district itself has the name Empyreum. So I hope you all had a great time. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know I didn't really pay attention too much to the chat channel or anything, but my goal here was to really focus on giving you all the best walking tour of the district. So thanks so much for watching, and take it easy.